Hello, I'd like to talk to you today about embodied data analysis. There is an argument that all data analysis, even all research, is embodied. Because as embodiment researchers quite reasonably say, we can't do analytic work without our bodies. We can't take our brains out and hang them on a hook to do some work and then pop them back in when they're finished. So there are 3 good books on embodied research that have come out in recent years. One is called Embodied Research Methods. I think it's by Torkild Thanem and David Knights, and they favour manual data analysis. They advocate for you to spread your data out on the floor, crawl around in it, make groups of things, take photos of them to keep records, regroup them, take more photos, and so on, to really have a very physical, hands-on method of working with your data. I can really see the point and the appeal of this method, though I think there are some problematic assumptions here, including that researchers always have enough space to spread their data out, a nice big lot of floor space that won't be interrupted by small children or pets, and that researchers are physically able to crawl around on the floor, which not all of us are. Laura Ellingson highlights the embodied nature of digital analysis. I think her book's called Embodiment in Qualitative Research, and it's also well worth reading. And it's not surprising that she talks about the embodiment of using a mouse, with your hand, of your eyes on the screen, of the way your heart rate speeds up when you're getting excited about your findings, the way you yawn when you're feeling a bit bored with your coding, all that kind of thing, because she is an amputee. She had to have part of one leg amputated, so crawling around on the floor, it would be much more difficult for her than it would for able-bodied researchers. Then Embodied Inquiry is a book by Jennifer Lee and Nicole Brown, and they link embodied and arts-based methods of analysis, and they give examples of an installation, illustrated poems, fiction and collage as methods of embodied arts-based analytic work. So taken together, this body of work on embodied research seems to demonstrate that all data analysis is indeed embodied, but the choice we have as researchers is how much attention we pay to the embodied nature of our analytic work. We can ignore that side of things altogether and focus on other aspects if we wish to do so, and that's entirely defensible and legitimate. Or we can pay loads of attention to the embodied side of things, or just a bit. We have choices, as we always do. It's not for me to prescribe whether you do or don't pay attention, but I guess if your research is around an embodied experience, such as parenting or manual labour or sport, then it might be quite useful to pay attention to the embodied side of things. If it's about much less embodied experiences, then perhaps not so much. But it's always an option, so it's worth knowing about, so you can take it into consideration when you're planning your analytic method. And I hope this video will provide a starting point. The URLs for the books are below, so feel free to check those out from there. And whether or not you decide to use embodiment in your own research, I wish you luck.